You're going to have a multiple, nearly 3-second head start before the shoebox Chevy with its radius rear wheel well and lines off the starting line. We'll see if you can employ those wheelie bars when you get Hilo. The pickup truck will miles an hour. Garber Hill truck ran 968 about 2/10 over his stylist. The truck's eliminated as Chuck Beaver and Jessica Lyle come up. If you get confused by bracket racing, just remember the most basic rule. You have to get to the finish line ahead of your opponent, and you just can't do it under the time on the scoreboard. But you do have to get there first. Chuck Beaver from Clarkson, Kentucky on the right side, beautiful two-tone 55, and Jessica Lyle, a 1956 Chevy with a way high riding stand and a 468 cubic inch rat motor with a nose. 625 the index for Jessica Lyle, 750 for Chuck Beaver. So the more cosmetically finished 55 will have a slight jump on Jessica Lyle. 751.3. Oh boy, you would have lost the round. Jess Lyle was 625.3 on the 625 dial-in. That's wacko. Wayne Burke coming up, the 1948 Chevrolet Fleetline, I believe is what the name of this model was. 775 is the dial-in for John Stevens out of Ocala, Florida. He's going to try and channel the spirit of another guy from Ocala, Florida, the former Don Garland, the 1957 Chevy 210 with a 383 small block. And we need modified production. Modified production of the staging lanes, please. Modified production to the staging lanes, please. Modified production, roll it in, baby. Thanks. Number 2, 774, 981 miles an hour as John Stevens runs through the 8th mile after foul starting at 767.7. Sean Clark. A well-worn 1962 Falcon station wagon in the known universe. Clark is on a 7-flat index. Larry Bagwell. The 55 Chevy striping and accent to the green tinted windows. See the tin also in Sean Clark's car, more amber color. Painted in candy apple red on the right side, looking beautiful under the sun. Have a racer indeed. We need the honey wagon over to Jeff Ursul's Nostalgia Pro Stock Pits. It's a beautiful Camaro. You'll find it over there. There in the Nostalgia Pro Stock Pits. He needs his RV from that. Grade 190. Safety orange color, 41 million. So Rick Osborne out of Appomattox, Virginia, the 1938 Chevy pickup truck, and we have been deficient in vitamin W this round. That is wheel stand. Osborne's truck, you can set a clock to this thing in terms of pulling the front end off the starting line. All you need to do is look at the rear end of the truck. The wheelie bars are set way, way up high, and he typically drives into these beautiful kind of arcing wheelies. Aaron Smith out of Campbellsburg, Kentucky, is the 1956 Chevy station wagon. Got the barn find patina going on, got the ladder bar rear suspension, and again the beam axle and high riding stand for Aaron Smith. This will have a 1 1/4 second head start over Rick Osborne. running at 7:15 on 675 engine. Tough break for Osborne, beautiful pickup truck, and we certainly love having them out here this weekend. So Kenny Brocker has a solo pass. He was supposed to race Jim Mize out of Franklin, Tennessee, when Mize's car broke at the ready line, and that means a competition single for Kenny Brocker out of Cincinnati, Ohio. The wind light comes on, and he goes 828 at 85 miles an hour, right in the wheelhouse. Little scrub on the starting line as the 55 custom line with a 331-inch small block picks up the win.
Gary Raver, the 1944, has a 400 cubic inch Chevy tucked between
those rounded front fenders. Modified production. Modified production to the leg. Blocks and Gary Raver hit him up. 708 at 97 miles an hour. Gagel goes 847.9 in the loss. So Gary Raver will take the 44 into the next round. This is a 1965 Hillman Husky, driven by Tom Grover of Terre Haute, Indiana. The Husky wagon. 725 is the dial. If you have never seen a Hillman Husky wagon before, don't be too harsh on yourself. Before Friday or Thursday, I hadn't seen one either, other than a page of the whole magazine. And Bill Lyle out of Brooks, Kentucky. 56 Park Lane Ford station wagon. Because the Husky was too quick. Tom Grover got to the finish line first, ran 7:21. He predicted 7:25. That is a breakout loss. And Bill Lyle, 6:23, crossing the finish line second. Mike Gold and Jim Dadisman coming up. Dadisman, the 1962 Nova, the gray paint, he calls this car, dumped in purple paint. For Mike Gold out of Illinois, the 56 Chevy 210, 496 big block. Of course, the trim lines of these cars, you had the 150, which was the baseline no-octane model, the 210, which got you some stuff, and then the Bel Air, which is the top of the trim line, is called 210, where it's chrome and it's should on the side. Compounds itself into a victory. Dadisman goes 684 on a 675 dial and hitting the win light by over a tenth of a second, despite the fact that the opposite side of the racetrack broke out, but still got to the finish line second because of the starting line disadvantage. Darwin McCall of the 1949 Crosley with a 409 Chevy, cubic inch Chevy in it, and Randy Mag of Ocala, Florida, the 1953 Nova, 454 cubic inches, Mark 5 of big block for Randy Mag on a 675 index. Darwin McCall out of Auburn, Nebraska. Broke out by 5,000. All he had to do was take his foot off the gas and he was guaranteed a win. But a 724.5 on a 725 dial-in for McCollum eliminates him. Dwight McGuire coming up in one of the cars on the property. This is a 1947 Studebaker. He found this car, as you'd expect, tucked away in the barn. This is the paint that was on it when it was raised in the gasser rank of the 1960s. It is unbelievably well preserved. So great to see it still racing. And Greg Shore out of White Bear, Minnesota. Does 894 on that 850 index in a short car. Just did not react. Troy Wilson and Pat Stinson. Pat Stinson couldn't make the call in his 1955 Bel Air, so Troy Wilson out of Shoals, Indiana, the 1952 Henry J. Dodge with a big block mobile.